Is altcoin season coming? This was a question that was asked to me in my post on TradingView today, where I was doing an analysis of Solana. A lot of people want to know if altcoin season is coming, because that means that these bags that they hold in coins other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, the major blue chip cryptocurrencies, are going to go up. Everybody wants it, but that doesn't mean it necessarily has to come. And so I really wanted to dig into this and answer this question using the data and analytics that I use to find out for myself if altcoin season is here or on the way. The primary thing that I look at is the Bitcoin market cap dominance. This is calculated by TradingView, and it basically is a percentage of the total market cap of the cryptocurrency ecosystem and how much Bitcoin takes up in that space. Right now, it's sitting at about 43%. In other words, Bitcoin itself has 43% of the entire cryptocurrency market cap. There's a good website for that that's been around for a while, Coin Market Cap. And this will give you a good list of all of the major cryptocurrencies. You can arrange it by market cap, by volume. As you can see, top two, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, then Tether, and then Binance Coin. And down it goes. You can probably find yours in here somewhere, the one that you like. So, what's going on now, though, as Bitcoin begins to rise in market cap? A lot of people are asking why. Well, there's a certain degree of fear going on right now in the cryptocurrency space, as I'm sure everyone is aware, because it's not quite as bullish as it was last year. In fact, real quick numbers here. If we look at the 10 symbols that are probably the most popular, either by chatter or by market cap, you can see from the November 2021 high down to where we are today, March 3rd, they've all gone down quite a bit. But the thing that stands out is, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gone down less. Still gone down, but it has gone down less than all of the others. And what that is basically the fat tail of risk. The outsized gains, the YOLO gains that you get from altcoins, you pay for it. And you pay for that in volatility, because volatility is a knife that cuts both ways. And what's happening is as the price of all cryptocurrency goes down, these more volatile coins, the ones with greater expectations, are losing more than Bitcoin. And the phenomenon, and this is not new, I've seen this over many years, when you get into this kind of situation with the market, there's a flight to safety, as it were. People start to go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin becomes the safe haven asset of the cryptocurrency space, sort of like how the US dollar is the world reserve currency. That's sort of what's going on here. And in order for alt season to really start back in earnest, you have to have that risk on mentality in the cryptocurrency market to get people to buy these altcoins. Now, how do we know when that's going to happen? Well, like I said, I'm watching the Bitcoin dominance chart. And you'll see here I have the Ichimoku indicator, which is a really good trend following tool that I use. And I've been talking about this in my weekly videos, my live streams, and my weekly levels, where as soon as we started to get out back here in January, we began to get on the bullish side of this cloud. That tells us that the trend is going up. In other words, the Bitcoin market dominance is increasing over time, even if the price of everything else is going down. Now, there's a certain sinusoidal way in which the Bitcoin market cap operates. But back in the beginning of 2021, that was essentially the last alt season that we had. And you see, Bitcoin's market dominance really fell off while all of these altcoins were having meteoric rises. And this has happened in different sorts of cycles, all the way back to 2017, really when Ethereum and all the forked chains started to really kick off. Interesting little note of history. The reason it's called altcoin season is not just because it's happened in 2021 and 2017. it really began back in 2013. That's when your favorites like Dogecoin were actually invented. You had alternates to Bitcoin, such as Litecoin, were invented back then. So all of these altcoins began to really kind of take shape in 2013, and that was the first cryptocurrency altcoin season. Then 2017, Ethereum launched a new one, and then of course we had one very recently. There's an interesting indicator that I found when doing research for this video. That is the Altcoin Season Index. This is made by a website, blockchaincenter.net. And what it attempts to do is a calculation based on the market cap, the Bitcoin market cap dominance, along with some other proprietary things that they don't really reveal. But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting little indicator that can give you a yes or no. And right now, it's as you see, it kind of varies between 25 being Bitcoin season and then altcoin season being 75. Right now, it's Bitcoin season, and we knew that by looking at the Bitcoin market cap dominance. I did for fun. I did an overlay here where I took the blue line, which is the Bitcoin market cap dominance, and I on TradingView, and I overlaid it over their indicator. And so we can kind of start to see some structure in the pattern. So if we go back to 2018, when Bitcoin market cap in the blue line, if you'll see right here, really begins to decline, that really kicks off the altcoin season. And it maintains for quite a while until Bitcoin began to pick up again and the altcoin season ends and goes back to Bitcoin season. So these are using a lot of the same data. So, of course, they're going to be very correlated, or inversely, rather. But looking at either of these is a really good tool, I think, for figuring out if you're in altcoin season or Bitcoin season and when the other might invert. For instance, you could be looking at this indicator for Bitcoin season to come down, maybe get into the tens, where you can see on this chart it tends to bottom out. And at that point, wait until you get back above the 25, and then you might be kicking off an altcoin season. But as it stands now, my analysis, my personal analysis, is that Bitcoin is trending upward. The dominance of Bitcoin is trending upwards. And even though the price of Bitcoin may go down, it will probably go down less in a cryptocurrency bear market than the more volatile altcoins. So this is not to scare anyone. This is not to burst any bubbles, if it were. I'm just stating what I see on the analysis tools that I have. I know a lot of people want it to be altcoin season, but the market is under no obligation to make anyone's dreams come true. So I encourage everyone to trade wisely. Actually, before I sign off, what can you do? Let's talk about that, because a lot of people are nervous. I get a lot of messages from people wondering what to do. They're very stressed out because they had some plans for the money that they were going to make off cryptocurrency, and that's just not coming to fruition. Well, I can't help you get that back, but I do encourage people to start looking into hedges. Now, depending on what exchange you are on, you'll probably need to get on some sort of cryptocurrency exchange that allows margin. I'm not encouraging you to use leverage, okay? But what you can begin to look at is cross pairs, like the Ethereum Bitcoin cross is one that has been going for a little while. This was something I posted on TradingView, and I don't know if I made a video about this, but when we pull back to here, I was able to hedge Ethereum against Bitcoin. It's the ETHBTC cross. It's a cross pair instead of, for instance, ETH-USDT. This is a cross between Ethereum and Bitcoin, how they trade relative to each other. There's pretty much one for Bitcoin in every single case. Like, for instance, we see here's the Litecoin, there's the Monero, and there's the Ripple. And so if you're long these kind of coins, let's see, is there one for Solana? Yes. So let's just look. Solana, BTC, FTX. pretty good platform. And there you go. That's the daily on the Solana BTC. So let's say that you own Solana and you've accepted the thesis that altcoin season is not here, that Bitcoin market cap is going up, more people are wanting to hold Bitcoin. What you can do is you can express that thesis with a hedged position on SOLBTC short. That means that you don't have to sell your Solana or whatever currency that you're playing. You can hedge the downside risk of the altcoin by shorting the altcoin versus BTC, because what happens is as the altcoin goes up in value relative to BTC, that instrument will go up. But as the Bitcoin value relative to the altcoin goes up, that instrument will go down. Think about it this way: the one on the left is up, the one on the right is down, and that's how they move. It's math. So that's a little bonus there. I try to talk about that to people that will listen because, yeah, this is not the first time this has happened. There's a lot of history that you need to look into. And from that history, you should be able to get a strategy that you can be comfortable with. That's what I encourage people to do. If you have questions about this, make sure that you comment below or join social media, my Discord. It is really just a social community. I don't charge for it. I just want to talk to people. So that's my plug. Trade wisely. We'll see you in the next video.